You have to be a U.S. citizen to be able to vote in this country.
But hundreds of non-citizens were registered to vote in Illinois. Good evening, I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I'm Jennifer Roscoe. The Secretary of State's office admitted it made a mistake and allowed hundreds of non-U.S. citizens onto the voter rolls. The State Board of Elections is working to track down the individual voters and notify them and the local authorities. Our Capitol Bureau Chief Mark Maxwell is live at the Capitol tonight. And Mark, the Illinois primary is less than 2 months away.
And Jennifer, if this applies to you, you may have received a letter in the mail, a non-citizen, if you were registered to vote, that warns you do not do so. To vote would be a deportable offense, a felony that is strictly against the law. Even though Illinois is a welcoming state, state law tells non-citizens you can come here, you can move around, you can shop, you can get a job. In fact, local law enforcement won't even tell the feds you're here, and in some cases will help your children get assistance with health insurance. But when it comes to voting, that's a strict violation. You have to be a U.S. citizen. Today, a spokesman for the State Board of, or for the Secretary of, for the State Board of Elections, rather, tells me, quote, "We do know that some of those 574 people voted in 2018, so potential repercussions still yet to come." Now, these were not undocumented people. That's an important distinction. They were not here in the country illegally. Many of them may have had a green card or a visa, but when they went to sign up for a driver's license at a Secretary of State's location, the new automatic voter registration system in Illinois signed them up to vote.
The non-citizens can have driver's licenses in the state of Illinois. A driver's license is a key tool in registering someone to vote. Oftentimes it's your driver's license that is one of the two documents to be used to verify that you're a resident and a citizen.
This was an isolated case that impacted less than 0.1% of the people registered through automatic voter registration. As soon as the programming error was discovered, it was fixed, and the individuals were notified, including the Illinois State Board of Elections and the local election authorities.
Some 600,000 people have been automatically registered to vote in Illinois since July of 2018. It's important to point out, these non-citizens who were registered to vote, they were honest on their form. There's no indication they lied or tried to cheat the system to register to vote. In fact, the system was what failed. The automatic registration form put their name on those voter rolls. It's unclear at this time if ICE, the Immigrations and Customs Enforcement, may be investigating any of these cases. Remember, today a federal and government holiday. We don't yet know exactly how many of these 574 non-citizens may have voted. The State Board of Elections expects to get us that answer tomorrow. The Secretary of State's office, of course, trying to minimize the fallout, saying it's only a small sliver of people here. But remember, in Macon County, Jennifer, we saw an election decided by just one vote in 2018.
The sheriff's race, and that's still being argued about. And Mark, I guess I'm wondering, how did they realize something was wrong?
My understanding is that there was a blogger, actually, who filed a FOIA. There was some fallout, and so just in the last few days, House Republicans received this information. The Secretary of State's office sent a letter to the State Board of Elections admitting the error, and House Republicans are now calling for hearings and accountability from the Secretary of State, Jesse White.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of fallout from this. All right, keep us informed. We know you will. Thank you so much. Now, roughly 80% of the non-citizens who were registered to vote in Illinois were in Chicago and the surrounding counties. There were 7 people in Champaign County, 7 in Macon County, that's why that's important, and just 1 in Sangamon County.